everybody, Kimberly Kayla here. So even though I'm back from Japan, there's still a lot of topics I wanted to cover about like Japanese society or like about my time in Japan. And something that I wanted to comment on is getting sick in Japan. Okay, I have never gotten sick as many times I have gotten sick like throughout that year I was in Japan. For some reason, which actually I understand. Okay, in the States I always took vitamin C, you know, I was always on top of my vitamin stuff. But when I got to Japan, regardless of even if I took my vitamins, I still always got sick. Like, there's always some sort of sickness flying around in Japan that schools, like, if you have it, you have to go to the nurse's office, and, like, the school would tell everybody, like, oh, this is being passed around right now, so just be aware, you know, like, influenza was being passed around when we were there, and other types of sicknesses. And, it's actually illegal to go to school with a fever, or like if you're really sick in Japan, it's illegal. Like, that's what our teachers told us. So it's better if we just stayed at home, you know? Yeah, so when you get sick in Japan, even if you're taking medicine, I don't know, you really don't get better till probably like a full 2.5 weeks, because that's how long it took me to get over like my fever. I don't even know what happened. Like, it was after spring break. And during our spring break, which is like from end of March to mid-April, it's really cold, you know, it's snowing. No, it's not snowing, but it's like raining. It's just really cold, you know, they're getting ready for like sakura season, like, to come up, you know. So just a lot of rain and cold weather. And I don't know if it was influenza being passed around at this time, but people were getting sick. And I just got done dropping my cousin off at the airport. And I come back home, and that night, like, I just started shivering so bad. Like, I had a fever. I think I had a fever, and I was, like, going insane in my blankets, you know, like, just, like, freezing for no apparent reason, even though I had the heater, like, on blast. And it took me, like, a full 2.5 weeks to get over that. And then I also got sick, like, in the fall, and it took me a long time to get over that, too. So, the thing is, you know, in Japanese society, if you get sick, you wear a mask over your face, right? What I learned from my mom, because she's a nurse, is that, like, when you get sick, you have to let that, you know, dirty stuff that's in your body, like, go out of your body. But if you have a mask on, you're continuously breathing it back in, you know, you're just putting it back into your system. So, I don't know, you're just recycling your sickness, and that's how it takes a little bit of a long time for you to get over that sickness. And also, like, you know, Japanese society is such a crowded society. Like, wherever you are, like, it's always jam-packed with people. Especially if you're in Tokyo. I don't know about other areas, but Tokyo in general, like, there's always crowds around you. And usually if one person's sick, someone else is going to get sick, because, you know, you're so close together that that other person's able to catch that sickness so easily. So that's another reason why it's hard to get over your sickness in Japan. So, I mean, I don't have any tips for you not to get sick in Japan, but all I have to say is that getting sick in Japan was just like a whole new level for me. I've never gotten sick as many times as I've gotten sick in Japan, like in the course of 1 year. And none of them ever lasted for that long. Yeah, about wearing masks, like, I don't know. I did wear a mask when I got sick, and what do you call it? My glasses, right? They always fogged up my glasses because I kind of had to tuck in my mask, like, right here. So I'm just, like, you know, looking like I'm wearing a gas mask or something. Even though I didn't really like it because, like I said, like, you don't get better if you're breathing back in that sickness. You know, obviously it's another society. This is what they do when they get sick. You have to conform to society. Not saying, I mean, I'm a nonconformist. I don't really like doing that in American society. But, yeah, when I was in Japan, I did do that. You know, it's respectful. You don't want to be coughing your lungs out, like, in class without a gas mask, without a mask on, because it's just rude. I think it's rude. Like, even though I didn't really like wearing a mask, I thought it was rude if someone was sick and they're not doing it. I'm like, really? But all of us, like, all my friends, like, that I know, like, the Gaijin international students that came in, we all wore masks when we got sick, you know, because it's just a society thing. What do you call it? But you can take off your mask when you're in your room by yourself, but I guess if your roommate's there, you kind of have to put the mask back on because there's someone there, you know, you don't want to get them sick. And also, like, influenza, when that was coming around, it was such a big thing that, like, my dorm parents were like, maybe you should move into another room because that's how bad it was. And yeah, just getting sick in Japan, it's just really bad. Take your vitamin C. I mean, I overdosed on that stuff every time I was sick there. So yeah, I just wanted to comment on getting sick in Japan.